Honourable Tau Henare.
Mr. Speaker, call it plunder, call it to the victor go the spoils. Mr. Speaker, call it theft, call it stealing, call it what you want, but it is theft, it is stealing, it is part of, sir, what makes up the word genocide. It's not only about killing people and wiping people from the face of the earth, it's actually wiping everything about that person off the face of the earth, Mr. Speaker. That's what plunder is. Sir, to the victor go the spoils may have been the mantra of some people, but sir, that is a poor excuse for theft. In the 15th century, in the 12th century, it's all the same. Sir, can I say with hand on heart, that is part of the reason why our soldiers are up in Bamiyan, about re-educating people, about trying to protect others' cultural artefacts. That's why our soldiers are up there, not only to protect the living, but protect the cultural artefacts, sir. Sir, Mr. Speaker, the Labour spokesperson, the Honourable Marion Street, talked about the reasons behind, or the reasons that were given for the theft of cultural artefacts. There was ethnological reasons. There was even some curiosity. And they were taken for scientific and medical research. I visited the University of Scotland and was told by the professor there that some of the artefacts were actually taken on request from the School of Dentistry to see the difference between the Pacific teeth, Maori teeth and European teeth. Sir, no medical research was ever done on these mokomokai that we were there to retrieve, and I must take my hat off to those institutions that these days have realised the folly of the past and actually have given these taonga back to New Zealand. But sir, this piece of legislation also begs the question about, and we find it really easy, all of us in the House, to get up and talk about what happens overseas. But what about what has happened and continues to happen here in our own country? And my colleague from the Greens have talked about Te Hauki Turanga. Not only was it stolen, but it was chopped up so it could fit into the Dominion Museum. So let's sort of think about that. There is the Fraser collection in the Auckland Museum that the Harbour Board man, Mr. Fraser, back in the day, just happened to find some artefacts. In fact, he found a hell of a lot of artefacts and called them the Fraser collection, without so much as a buy or leave of the local people. Sir, it is a good bill. It is New Zealand coming into line with other countries of the world. But let us not forget those taonga, those artefacts that belong to this country, and we should make every effort to support, one, the return of those artefacts, those cultural artefacts, and two, the protection of the artefacts that tell a story about New Zealand as well. I hear what my colleague Mr. Macleay says about the Elgin marbles. There were the bronze statues from Africa. You can walk this earth and tell stories of the plunder that has happened to the people who lose the war, Mr. Speaker, and we must do everything in our power to support them in their time of need to get back the artefacts that tell the story about them. Kia ora.
Chris Farfoy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.